want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for them that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for that, I never switch, she never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my 50. Ex-slick, then he with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP.
Coach, autumn has come to New England. No place like it on earth this time of year. We are at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set! You 50!
Check, 59.
Stay with your man!
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And this is hauled in by Matthews. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
I'm scared.
Hurry!
Right there. 54. Right there.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The give to Taylor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36.
They'll run with Taylor. And an alley to run. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Single in the slot.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
132 fighter.
Tighten up.
Now Gurley. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Blue 60.
Hey, alert 3.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. side, it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And a big 32-yard play on third.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Set. 280.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They try right side here. Gurley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Come on, QB, come on.
To throw on third down. Stafford. And he's got Rodgers. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Set. 180.
Watch the pass.
On third down, Stafford. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. DeAndre Hopkins, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
These two teams all tied after 1.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
On second and 12, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Double right.
A throw out wide caught by Hopkins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. 4 yards, the pickup, first down. Stafford now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. Shot 80.
59.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, it's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
First down. First and 10.
Mike, 20.
Push him back. Push him back.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's got the hook up with Conley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Stay 50, stay 50.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
The Dolphins take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Jefferson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down.
Let's go, defense.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's got Miller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing on first down is Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. On third down, Jefferson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Dolphins first down.
Right down 80. Right there, 54 Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Hey, switch gears. Alert, alert, alert. He's crossing. He's checking cross. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. The 20. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Stafford dumps it off to Gurley. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Stafford on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for Rashard Matthews. Incomplete.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt.
Formation.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be taken at the 10. 12 yards on the return that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A final shot before half for Allen. He finds Taylor, complete. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run with Taylor. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go again.
Allen. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Given 12 yards there, the Dolphins have a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Mike 5-4. Defense wins championships, baby. Watch twist. Pick the edge. Go. Switch.
Pass 85.
On first down, Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
They'll run on first down. Jefferson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
54. 70. Right there. 54.
From the 25 on second down. Stafford, and the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
180. 59. Check. 40 got. Mike 5'9". All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Hey, seam 6.
59 Mark.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. And able to find Conley. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out.
250. 59. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Gurley again here on first down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now it's Gurley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And that one's complete to Gurley. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, he's going to let it go. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. DeAndre Hopkins 29 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
They're running it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw, it's Allen. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
I'm coming after you.
On first down, it's Taylor. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Check. Hot.
Now Taylor. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At the Patriots' 42-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Now Allen. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Right there.
Round 80.
54 Mike. Me, I got motion man. Me, I got this.
On third down, Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This will be taken very short. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey. 31's the mic. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Zero.
It's just me and you. 31's the mic.
Hey, zoom.
From the gun, here's Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw on third down, Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 37. Check 37. Joker. On 52. Check 24.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To the air, Allen. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got double up. Bang.
Now a give, right side. Taylor. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 15, check 15. Check out, please. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
They gonna need some therapy.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
I got you.
Now it's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Omaha, ready to move.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
They snap it to Stafford. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down.
Patriots, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
waiting.
Mike 5-4.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building.
250. Zebra.
Stafford now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Got his man. It's Eifert. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. He's back to throw. And he's got Rodgers. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
First down. First and 10, 26-yard line.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
40 got. 40 got.
Back.
80 weapon. Hey.
Motion.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mike's 59. Mike.
Alert.
I got one.
They'll look to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
That's another Patriots first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Set. Get away,
Mike is 50.
Get away,
We own them.
11.
Check. 59.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And, of course, this win a big one. They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league. And to them, that's vitally important.
So for the Dolphins, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will head back home next week.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I'm old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay.